Thank you, Mr. Spano. And I appreciate all the stuff that you say, and obviously what you said earlier, that we don't do this alone. There's a lot of people that are involved with this. If you could just bear with me, a personal reflection on Mr. Tooley, who did kind of the same thing. I knew who he was, but came into my office when I became deputy commissioner, and then when I was commissioner. And we'd go out to breakfast every couple of months, and in his way of, not yelling or screaming, but he got his point across to me, and it was very helpful to me professionally, because he had no agenda other than to try and help me be a better administrator and try to be a better leader. And it's very heartwarming for me, and it's very important for me to be here today and to have been a small part of this. There's some folks that are still in the audience that I'd like to recognize and acknowledge. We have Sue Tolshin is the chief advisor to the county executive, who is also a good friend of Lowell's, who's also a pain in my neck about the Bronx River Reservation, and glad that Susan's here today. We have Larry Wilson was here. I don't know if he's still here. He's on our Westchester County Parks Board. He was on Bicycle Sundays with his son, riding on the bike path. We have Rob Lopane from the county planning department. Rob is here. Rob was the designer who's the landscape architect who did all the designs for the pathway through Garth Woods and all the way through the park. And Dave DeLucia, who's using his Sunday to do some bicycle riding as well. Those two guys did a lot of work in putting the plans together, and our Department of Public Works and contractor in building this. Kay talked about the Bronx River Parkway having its own curator. Jeff Main is our curator, and he's here today too. He still is up and down the parkway, the reservation, the park. He actually walked the entire length of this parkway looking for all the outfall pipes that flow into the river. So we now have a GPS map, and we know exactly where the water comes from. Not that we can stop it yet, but we know where the water comes from, and we can deal with some of the storm runoff issues and the pollution that goes into the river. And so that was an important part of what Jeff did. And I think I saw Jeff Williams from the planning department, who's the historical planner, who certainly has a lot of input on what happens here. And then the last person I'd like to acknowledge is Bob Bork. I don't know if those of you know him. He's a Scarsdale resident. Bob was the founding and charter member of the Garth Woods Conservancy. This is part of the Garth Woods section of the Bronx River Parkway. And Bob has been the eyes and ears of and the conscience of the Parks Department in some respects for this part of the reservation too. So Bob is over here, and the Garth Woods Conservancy donated 4 or 5 years ago one of the original A-frame bridges that are a little farther south here. It was the bridge to nowhere for a long time, but now if you walk on this path and you go down that way, it's one of the key bridges of the pathway. So thank you to them as well. And I guess, Kay, now we're going to go down the hill? And then okay. Thank you.
I think Andy should escort Mrs. Tooley, Marcille Tooley, and her family down and be the first ones to see the plaque that we're dedicating to Lowell. So this is and his wife, and the rest of the family here, Evelyn, and Mary, Jeff. There they go. Okay, you can all follow us down to be forever next to the bridge that is dedicated to Lowell Tooley. And thank you for joining us.
Gone? Didn't like some of the language of the insurance sounded or something. They said, well, we'll do it anyway. They probably sent it to you because, but who knows? Our businesses pass it on. Mind the step. Mind the step. Hi, Betsy. How are you? That's beautiful. They still got your picture. Hey. Who's our photographer? No. I just know that it's only talk about the time. This man is dedicated to Lowell Tooley. It's a very bridge between diverse interests, uniting them with a common goal public service. And it says it's erected today. So we're kind of going to do this project as a